Hello everyone. I hope you all are staying safe at home. As an advocate, I would like to share my knowledge about the different stages of criminal trial in a warrant case when instituted by the police report. We can divide the criminal trial into 8 different stages. First, FIR or first information report. Second, investigation. Third, charges. Fourth, plea of guilty. Fifth, prosecution evidence. Sixth, statement of the accused. Seventh, defense evidence. Eighth, judgment. Now I am going to elaborate the different stages, so let's get started. First, FIR, first information report. Under section 154 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, a FIR or first information report is registered. FIR puts the case into motion. A FIR is information given by someone, usually aggrieved, to the police relating to the commitment of an offence. Second, investigation. The next step after the filing of an FIR is the investigation by the investigating officer. A conclusion is made by the investigating officer by examining facts and circumstances, collecting evidence, examining various persons, and taking their statements in writing, and all the other steps necessary for completing the investigation. And that conclusion is filed to the magistrate as a police report. Third, charges. If after considering the police report and other important documents, the accused is not discharged, then the court frames charges under which he is to be trialed. In a warrant case, the charges should be framed in writing. Fourth, plea of guilty. Section 241 of the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 talks about the plea of guilty. After framing of the charges, the accused is given an opportunity to plead guilty, and the responsibility lies with the judge to ensure that the plea of guilty was voluntarily made. The judge may, upon its discretion, convict the accused. Fifth, prosecution evidence. After the charges are framed and the accused pleads guilty, then the court requires the prosecution to proceed to produce evidence to prove the guilty of the accused. The prosecution is required to support their evidence with statements from its witnesses. This process is called examination in chief. The magistrate has the power to issue summons to any person as a witness or order him to produce any document. Sixth, statement of the accused. Section 313 of the Criminal Procedure Code gives an opportunity to the accused to be heard and examine the facts and circumstances of the case. The statements of the accused are not recorded under oath and can be used against him in the trial. Seventh, defense evidence. An opportunity is given to the accused in a case where he is not being acquitted to produce so as to defend his case. The defense can produce both oral and documentary evidence. In India, since the burden of proof is on the prosecution, the defense in general is not required to give any defense evidence. And finally, eighth, judgment. The final decision of the court with reasons in support of the acquittal or conviction of the accused is known as judgment. In case the accused is acquitted, the prosecution is given time to appear against the order of the court. When the person is convicted, then both sides are invited to give arguments on the punishment which is to be awarded. This is usually done when the person is convicted of an offence whose punishment is life imprisonment or capital punishment. Here we conclude with all the different stages of criminal trial in a warrant case and when instituted by the police report. That is all for now. We'll be back with some more interesting facts about law and order in our country. If you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe. It will be a source of motivation to me. Till then, goodbye and take care.